So this bit of news has been kind of floating around nearly every UK outlet, and I'm from Australia, so I don't know how agility, how concrete these outlets are, but everywhere from the Sun, from the Mirror, which are the ones who broke it, and from the Daily Mail, has broke that Jodie Whittaker, who's been playing the Doctor since the 2017 Christmas special, is leaving the title role after this upcoming season that's coming out sometime this year. And I won't lie, hearing that news, I wasn't shocked. I am not shocked. Just narratively of the show, really. I mean, the narrative of the 13th Doctor was a little bit unwarranted that the 13th Doctor is leaving on the 13th season, but anyway. So, and then the 14th Doctor is going to show up at on the 14th season. It's that weird number thing. Anyway, so, but narratively of the show, I'm like, yeah, it feels narratively makes sense, really. That after you deal with the timeless child thing, it's like, now what? Really? Now what? Do you just switch out and overstay this version, this Doctor's welcome? Do you switch out the story? Or do you make it naturally in that place after you finish the timeless child story? So it just feels very natural. And also with the opinions with Brian and Graham leaving the TARDIS and introducing, Dan, it kind of does feel very organic. It feels very like, oh, okay, I have a feeling what's going to happen. Dan's going to show up in the TARDIS. There'll be a little bit of there's going to be a romantic relationship between Dan and Yaz, and Yaz is going to leave the TARDIS along with Dan. And at the end of the season, I would not be shocked that happens. And at the end, introduce number 14, or they might do a solo Doctor adventure at the end. It just feels naturally. It just naturally makes sense. And here's the thing with Jodie Whittaker and her one. Like, if you've seen, I've been kind of covering Doctor Who since her one, really. And if you have listened to my stuff at the beginning of her one, you could tell, I always felt she was doing a fantastic job. I always said the casting has always been well done. It's just as always the writing. So, her one's been kind of being a little bit hit and miss for me. And for some people, it's just been nothing about misses and nothing about hits and all that stuff. But for me, it's been a mixed bag. But she was never the problem. And so I was like, okay. I think it also comes down to how much you care about the Doctor, how much you care about this version of the Doctor when it's the final 2 minutes. And you never know, she might come back for a big finish. She might come back for the 6th year. She might come back when, there'll be comics of this version of the character. So it's never really the end, but it's the end of seeing this version of the character fluently and consciously, and this is the version of Doctor that we're going to be following. So yeah, I'm not that shocked. Comment below. Do you not want her to go? Are you thank God, finally? Are you those people out there who's she's worried Doctor Who? Which, calm down. But yeah, comment below what you think.